Hi, Bell Bobcats. Mr. Hahn here. I hope you're all having a great week and that you had an awesome Halloween. Today, our focus for the Bobcat SEL lesson for the week is going to be on executive functioning, slow motion or slowing down and not rushing through schoolwork or chores or any kind of task. So I'm going to walk you through today's lesson. Let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the lesson. All right, our learning objectives and tasks for this lesson. You'll learn about rushing through work or tasks. You'll learn about the likely causes why people rush through their work or tasks. You'll learn about the slow process, and you'll learn some additional strategies to not rush through work or tasks. Your tasks in this lesson today, this is a Pear Deck lesson where you can record your responses directly in the slides. In order to do this, you're going to need to use the following link. joinpd.com, and you'll enter the code Z as in zebra, V as in Victor, F as in Frank, F as in Frank, G as in giraffe, and F as in Frank. This is an assignment that will take you approximately 30 to 60 minutes to complete. However, it's not a single assignment. You're going to need to spread this assignment out over the course of the week as you're going to complete some kind of schoolwork, chore, or task as you normally would. And then later in the week, you're going to use the slow process, completing the same task or a very similar task, and you're going to compare the amount of time that it took you to complete the task the first time versus the second time, as well as rating your performance the first time versus the second time. All right, so let's look at some likely reasons why people might rush through tasks. Many teens will rush through tasks just to get them finished. This often results in poor, sloppy work, resulting in either having to take extra time to redo the work or poor grades. Being able to slow down will help you put more effort into the things you do and will likely take you less time overall to complete that. Likely causes why people rush through their work. Maybe it's because they just simply want to do other things. Maybe it's getting back to playing your video games, or watching a TV show or a movie or hanging out with your friends. Really just anything that you would rather be doing. It can also be maybe people feel like the work is too hard, and so they're just guessing. They don't want to take the time to take their time and try and read through things and understand things that might be too complicated. It could also be maybe they're bored, feel like the work is too easy. Other likely reasons is that people might want to feel smart by being the first one to turn in that assignment. Other reasons might include executive functioning issues, things like ADHD or problems focusing or concentrating. And teenagers, naturally, their frontal lobe is not fully developed. This is the part of the brain that's responsible for planning, organizing, and reflecting. So of the reasons that I just listed for rushing through these work or tasks, which one of these reasons apply to you? List one of these on this slide or record your own answer. Let's look at the story of Johanna. In school, Johanna, 16, would hurry through assignments and make mistakes. At home, she completed chores so quickly that she often didn't do a very good job on them. This behavior frustrated Johanna's parents, but she didn't notice. She thought she was doing fine. Finally, after many bad grades, Johanna's teacher and parents decided to sit down with her. They explained how long they saw her rushing through to get things finished and suggested that this was a big factor in how well she did her schoolwork and chores. Johanna admitted that maybe they were right, and after that, she worked hard at slowing herself down. She noticed that when she took her time with pretty much any task, she did a much better job. As a result, her parents were happier with the way she did chores, and her teachers were happier with the work she turned in. Johanna was glad her parents were happy and that her grades improved. Let's look at the acronym SLOW down. The acronym SLOW is a way for you to remember to slow down and take your time when doing a task or work. S is for stop. L is for listen to suggestions. O is observe someone doing the task correctly. And W is work hard to complete the task as shown. Here's some other strategies to help you slow down. Consider how much time it should take to complete the task. How much time did your teacher or parent tell you that it would take to complete the task? Here at school, what does the pacing guide tell you? If you finish before the expected time, don't just say, I'm done. Instead, say things like, how can I make this better? And what can I fix? Also ask yourself, did I do my very best job to complete this work or assignment? Here's some other strategies. Some students who rush through their work may need self-checking tools, such as a checklist or a rubric of what to do when they finish an assignment. Students could initial next to each piece of the rubric or checklist, stating they've done it if desired. I like to use check marks. This could be specific for each subject area or very broad. Some examples of a checklist that I would encourage you to use on all your assignments in the future is, did you read the directions? If so, place a check mark next to that. Did you place your name on the paper? Did you check for spelling errors? Did you write incomplete sentences? And can your teacher read it, or is it too messy? On this slide, on this Pear Deck slide, please answer the questions either yes or no if more often than not you do these things when working on your schoolwork. Do you read the directions? Do you place your name on the paper? Do you check for spelling errors? Do you write incomplete sentences? And can your teachers read it, or is it too messy? Now, on this slide, please go to the link, the weekly assignment tracker. This weekly assignment tracker is slightly different than the assignment trackers you've used in the past. Once you click on the link for the weekly assignment tracker, you'll be prompted to make a copy of this document. This allows only you to edit it and not for others to see or sharing your answers with others. However, I'd highly encourage and ask that you share this document with your Bobcat teacher. On this assignment, you're going to make a list of your assignments for the week for each class period over the next week, along with an estimate for how long you think each assignment and task will take to complete. I've given you some examples for each class on the Monday section. Please do something similar for the following days or if there's additional assignments or things to do for that day. After you've completed this, please go to the next few slides to answer the questions for this assignment. Starting with our questions for this assignment. The world of remote learning, which you're all experiencing, whether you're a hybrid learner or a remote learner, it can make the observe someone else doing the task correctly very difficult. What ideas do you have to make this step work during remote learning? Record your answer on this slide here. Now I've set up a chart here. Look at the chart and think of tasks others have told you that you rushed through. If you can't remember any, reflect on your personal experience. Ask a trusted family member, friend, or teacher. Provide at least 3 examples for school and 3 for home. Record your answers on this slide here. Now think about the tasks that you listed. Which one would be good to use the SLOW or slow process with? Write which task you chose and do this task as you normally would. Later in the week, you're going to do this task or a very, very similar task, and you're going to compare the start and end times as well as how long it took you to complete these tasks each time. Now, after you've done this as you normally would, rate the quality of your performance on the task using a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 equals poor and 10 equals great. Record your answer on this slide. Now, have your parent or teacher rate the quality of your performance on the task using the same scale and record your answer. Then, discuss with your parent or teacher in what ways you could have done the task better. List that person's thoughts on this slide here. Now, later in the week, whether it's the next day, later in the day, later in the week, whatever it may be, do a very similar task or the same task. Note your starting time as you did before, and as you do it, think about slowing yourself down using those strategies mentioned in the slides before, and work on the areas that you can improve, which were identified in the discussion with your teacher or parent. Record your start time, your end time, and how long it took you to complete the task. Now, on this slide, rate the quality of your performance on the task using the same scale as before, where again, 1 equals poor and 10 equals great. Record your performance on the slide here. Now, have your parent or teacher rate your performance using that same scale and record their response here. Think about the first time it took you to complete that task versus the second time. Did it take you longer to complete the task the second time? Answer yes or no on the slide here. Now, what happened to both your rating as well as your parent or teacher's rating? Did it improve? Did it stay the same? Or did it get worse? Record your answer here. Reflect on this experience. Ask yourself, what did you learn? Was this hard? Was it easy? Or neither? Were there any benefits that you did not expect? Record any of your other experiences or thoughts about this experience on the slide here. That's all for today, Bobcats. I'd like you to think about using the slow process and not rushing through your work, as it's going to provide a multitude of benefits. It's going to improve the quality of your work. It's going to make other people happier with you. And in the end, it'll likely cause you less time overall, as you're not going to have to go back and make corrections or revisions or do the task again. Thanks, Bobcats. Have a great rest of your week.